let's talk about The Chi. I've been playing catch up because I had to take a break, a mental break from the show. Sometimes things on TV bring me some anxiety, whatever, So, anyway, honestly started losing interest around, what was it, season 6, episode 6 or 5, when they introduced that new pastor that looks like Spike Lee. I don't remember the pastor's name, right? So I've just been binge watching for now from this point to episode 4 now of season 7. I mean, y'all done turned Jake into this thought-chasing little man whore. And Gemma, how does she go from being this educated, young, spicy, fiery, being okay with Jake having other girls on the side, like being a side chick? What a huge arc, right? You got Jake and Gemma, who they got together based on some shady shit anyway, like how you do Kevin like that, right? But then they were about to have a baby. She was pregnant. Did we forget? No, I didn't forget. She was pregnant, lost the baby because of Bakari, and then Jake was pissed. He wanted to unalive Bakari at one point, right? Good thing they didn't have a baby, because he probably still would have been hoeing around. You got the first lady messing with this young adult Jake. And I'm just gonna jump right into the unaliving of Rob. That was so messed up. How y'all do that? And then you write it in that Tiff was pregnant, and then she finds out after her man is unalived. And that pissed me off with Nook. Like, you couldn't get rid of Nook right now. Just get rid of him. You got him unaliving Rob and blaming Zay. And when Alicia popped up in Nook's place, I'm thinking he was dreaming, like he had a nightmare that she was confronting him, but she really confronted him and she bought that bullshit that it was Zay. She was trigger happy when it came to Zay, but she didn't get trigger happy when it came to Nook. When they were face to face and he finished the job that she was there to do to off Otis. I'm glad Otis is gone, because it just was the ongoing anticipation of who's going to kill him. I thought personally that it was going to be Bakari, but I was wrong. Who the fuck is responsible for writing Reg back in? His character is useless. He aggravated me so much in the beginning. I was glad to see him gone. So why is he back? He pissed me off within the first few minutes of being on screen, trying to reclaim his number one spot of the man of the house. Dude, where the fuck have you been? You see how much Jake has grown up. He ain't a kid anymore. Where you coming from? Tales from the Crypt? And what's with Emmett talking about he getting a little ting in his stomach when he found out that Tiff was pregnant? Nah, he was getting a ting in his dingaling. Oh my God. And when Otis, this was before obviously he got unalive, when he sent that text to Emmett talking about time's up and the car blew up, my heart started racing. You see, this is why I can't watch some shows. Y'all wrong for making people get that kind of anxiety, heart attack, panic attacks and shit. So that's why it's a little trippy, because he felt he almost lost his woman and the baby, well, Nook's baby. Oh yeah, and how y'all make that, oh God. Y'all make that Nook's baby. Now it's Three's company. You got him having to be invited to shit. When he's this hardcore gangster, you gonna let him hold the baby in somebody else's blood? And just because they figured, okay, it might have been Otis, he put Otis down. You still gonna let him hold the kid in Otis's blood, of all blood? You know, well, I will point out, I like the fact that the writers point out the double standards when it comes to parenting, co-parenting, how a lot of times mothers have to take up most of the slack if they have a parent that is unaware. They don't put themselves in the woman's shoes. Like Emmett had to be checked several times to have his aha moments like, oh shit, this is hard. I kind of see where the writers are going with that. They're trying to plant those seeds to the generations now. How Keisha chose to step up and make the executive decision to help Tiff out in taking care of EJ full time. It's to be determined, right? And yeah, Emmett needed his ass checked. Like, he's like, you didn't talk to me first to, see how I felt about that. And she's like, it's your kid too. Emmett was so quick to help Keisha take care of the baby they thought that she had with her kidnapper, when it turns out that's really Nook's kid. You okay with taking care of him and rushing him to the hospital and urgent care and stuff, but you didn't want to take care of your own son when Tiff needed the help? You needed somebody else to make that decision for you in order for you to get like, oh, aha, I see, I get it. That's your kid though. But I like how the writers have pointed that out, because that shit really happens. That's why they can write about it. I see that they're trying to exhibit more co-parenting, healthier co-parenting styles and adapt that into the show. And even you got the older generation talking about like, these kids are way too honest. Maybe that's why they get along so much, when there was a lot of lying and deceit from the elders, right? That generation. So they're like, well, that was more toxic than I guess this is. Oh yeah, and then when one of Emmett's baby moms told him that she's moving to Pittsburgh or whatever, and she's taking their son, and they're moving in a month, and he's like, what? How you gonna do that? What about my rights? She's like, I have them all the time. Yes, most young men don't think about that. And I love when Keisha said, like, whatever she needs, that's his mother. I'm on the kid's side. Little seeds that they are planting when it comes to co-parenting, I'm here for it. I hope they don't dare try to write a love romance between Tiff and Nook. Let's face it, Tiff and Keisha, they shared enough by sharing Emmett. They don't need multiples. And Tracy with Keith, that Keith character, he was getting on my doggone nerves too. Like, he can go. She waited all this time to date, then you're going to turn around and date and create your own pattern again and acknowledge that you fall into that pattern of dating criminals. Keith holding grudges with a kid until he get him some nookie. He can go, Reg can go, Nook can go. What y'all think? Comment below.